Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Amasit and today we have a pretty interesting one. We are volleying 72 pairs of 7 league steps. Now I'd like to thank Squako for providing the 7 league steps, and we'll walk through this here, but this is a very interesting one that honestly it never came to mind for me as an option, but very cool. So basically Squako has provided 72 pairs of 7 league steps that 7 league steps, for those who don't know, are Parandus item. They drop in Parandus manner, and they give 50% movement speed, so they're great for leveling. He enchanted all of them with 10% movement speed if you haven't been hit recently, so that's like the movement speed enchant, and we're corrupting them to try and hit additional movement speed. So now looking at the PoE DB here, he handed them all in on a level 1 character, so they're all item level 1. So that eliminates a lot of the options of things we can get, but movement speed is what we're trying to get here. We're trying to hit this increased movement speed that you're seeing down here. And it's a pretty low rate, right? 0.5%. It's not a high chance to hit that. But what is something like this worth is the question I asked when he presented this. Now, in terms of Ultimatum, there's nothing. You know, there's nothing offline. These are very niche. If you get rid of the enchant, let's see. I'm curious if you do that. Okay, maybe 4 to 7x there without the enchant. But the enchant is what makes these kind of, perfect, right? So looking at standard, without the enchant, 10, 20x probably for those. But with the enchant, very uncommon, right? There's only 2 pairs. Whether this will actually sell or whether this is just, for use or for science at the very minimum, that's up for debate. But this is a very cool one and something I'm interested to see how it goes. If we hit it, it could be worth a lot. If we don't hit it, there's still 7 league steps and they're useful. In terms of what he paid, so Squako told me that he paid 7,200 chaos for the cards to get the boots by themselves, and then on average another 100 chaos to get the enchants on there by running labs and doing the gifts of the goddess. So all in all, it cost him 14,400 chaos, which is just about 120x at the current rate. So 120x for all of these. Now, if we hit it, I guess it's theoretically worth, maybe 200x. I don't know. These are not as good either, right? These are the worst enchant. But I don't know, on standard, maybe you'll sell a lot for this, but really it's just for cool use. So let's go ahead and get started here and see what we can't hit. I would note that most of the other ones are not super useful, right? They're not, because it's not terrible to have something that's, some of those other enchants, but most of them are pretty useless. Because this is just, you just want the movement speed. That's all this is for. So let's get rid of the rares. Let's pull those guys out. Pull them out. So I have a separate tab. Let's just dump them in here. Get these guys gone. So it's dump. Okay, so decent amount of rares lost here. Now, there's not a real point in price checking the ones that are not. I mean, we can price check like what a corrupted 7 leaf step is worth, but for the most part, not really too worth. So we got max life. I'll move that over. Nothing. It'd be crazy if we hit this. Socket gems. I mean, that's not bad, right? But that requires level 60, which is not great because it changes the item level requirement, right? Once they have a mod on them. So we got global evasion. That's a second global evasion, right? Yeah, I'll put those like that. Max life again. Nothing. Because otherwise, notice. Well, interesting. They're level 60 because the enchant, right? Because the enchant, of course. Fool I was. So movement speed, dodge, spell hits. So again, nothing. So these are just gonna be purely for zoomy boys. Let's see. I always forget that the enchant makes it so the level goes up, but that gives you a ton of zoom. Socket of gems again. We got one of those, right? Socket of gems. So no movement speed one yet. 36 armor while stationary. Not that great. We got spell dodge again. Nothing. Spell dodge for the 3rd time. Nothing. Global evasion again. That's the 4th global evasion. 5th global evasion. Spell dodge again. So those seems to be weighted. nothing. Last two, nothing. And the last one, socketed gems. So no additional movement speed. I mean, I'm just curious how much these are. 1x 9 days ago in League. I mean, I don't know, right? That's basically the price of the normal one. But because you get the level 60, I don't know. I don't know if you'd want that. I mean, they're not bad, right? They're probably not bad, but this is more of a science experiment and less of a gamble per se, right? We're not exactly looking to value. It's more of just for the science of seeing what we hit with the movement speed. But all in all, I mean, like a corrupted 7 league step, 15 chaos 19 minutes ago, limited. So generally speaking, probably about an X back. So you're gonna lose money on this. We definitely did not make 120x back on this. Let's see, how many did we end up with? We ended up with 6 by 5, so 30. So that's 30x, and we'll just call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 46x. Now that's not including sort of the enchant. There's only one up. It's 3x. I don't know. Is that worth 3x? Maybe. So, you know, it could be. It could still be worth it with that. But so I would say this will probably sell back for anywhere from like 60 to 100x. But, you know, who knows at this point. Really tricky to price because these are so niche and you're really just looking for that movement speed. But still a super cool gamble. And thank you, Squako, again for letting me do this. It's cool, and it's one I haven't thought about before. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.